Number 15 is Greedfall. It's an upcoming action role-playing video game developed by Spiders and published by Focus Home Interactive. The game is set in a 17-style future fantasy setting. It unfortunately has a to-be-announced 2018 release date. In the game, you, along other settlers, mercenaries, and treasure hunters, explore a remote island where locals who are fighting off invading settlers are protected by supernatural beings. Greedfall is about combat, also about diplomacy, depiction, and stealth. Your actions, from seemingly trivial choices to the most important political decisions, will influence and affect its course, as well as the relationship between the different factions established on the island. This game looks actually pretty interesting, and it's going to be exciting to see what it can do. At number 14, we have an EA-sponsored game, online-only multiplayer action role-playing, is Anthem. It's coming out in the fourth quarter of 2018, so it's towards the end of the year. The player will assume the role of a freelancer, once of a group of courageous people that will lead their civilization to explore a lush and dangerous landscape. It's an action role-playing game set in an open world, online only, where the player takes the role of a freelancer donning fully customizable exosuits called javelins. These suits are customized to have various unique weapons and superhuman abilities. The game features both single-player and cooperative multiplayer elements in a shared world that can have up to 4 squad members per team. Teams can fight savage beasts, ruthless marauders, while exploring lost ruins, experience massive world-altering terrains, occurrences such as shaper storms. Basically, this game looks really highly anticipated, and hopefully after Mass Effect Andromeda's terrible reviews and opinions, that this game actually turns out to be something really amazing and ambiguous, as in every other BioWare game has been really good. I'm really excited to see what this game can bring to the table. It's going to be kind of a unique game because it's online and single player implemented. That's going to be really cool, and I hope that we get to see more as this game comes out in the future.
Nice, you've got a mortar equipped.
Yeah, I got it on the weekend. You lead the way, I'll follow.
What's your plan?
It's my plan, and I decide what goes down.
Number 13 is A Way Out. It's an action-adventure video game developed by Light and published by Electronic Arts. It's the second game by the director of A Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which is an amazing game if you guys have not played. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is a very, very, very good game. The game will be only available to be played in either online or local split-screen co-op between 2 players with no single-player mode. The game is currently scheduled for a Q1 PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in early 2018. So Q1 or Q2, I do believe that's what they said. Basically, it's played in a third-person perspective, specifically designed for co-op, which means that it can be played with another player throughout either local or online play. Players control Leo and Vincent, 2 convicted prisoners who must break out of prison and stay away from the authorities. As the story of both protagonists is told simultaneously, their progress may not be synchronized, which may result in one player being able to control their character while another watching a cutscene. Player needs to cooperate with each other in order to progress, and each situation can be approached differently with both characters taking different roles. Number 12 is Detroit Become Human, neo-noir thriller video game developed by Quantic Dream and Sony Interactive Entertainment for the release of PlayStation 4. The plot revolves around 3 androids. The characters may survive or perish depending on the choices that are made and serve to shape the story as a compromised player. The game is played in a third-person view, which is subject to a set of controllable perspective. There is multiple playable characters in the game who can die as a result. The story continues without them. As a result, there is no game over message following a character's death. The story will branch out depending on which choices are made. The player will be able to rewind certain points in the story to reshape decisions in the event of regret. On occasion, the more information one collects within the allotted time, the greater the chance of success will be in deciding the course of action. This game seems pretty good. My personal opinion is that this game is going to be a lot like, I see it being kind of like Beyond Two Souls. It's got an interesting story and interesting characters and an interesting setting, but to me, I don't want it to be like another Beyond Two Souls. And Sea of Thieves is a pirate-themed action-adventure cooperative multiplayer game played in the first-player perspective. The game features a cross-play platform between Windows-based personal computers and Xbox One game consoles. A group of players travels and explore open world via a pirate ship and assume different roles such as steering, hoisting sails, navigation, firing cannons, and other tasks. Players will embark on quests, collect loot, and engage in combat with other players. Sea of Thieves is a shared game world, which means groups of players will encounter each other regularly throughout their adventures. The game has a stylish art style and exaggerated physics that allow players to be shot out of cannon. This game looks really anticipated. I definitely will be playing this game. This game looks really fun and creative. Definitely has that rare style, and I do like the online aspect of it where you can gather with friends and, you know, look upon the seas. And it looks like an ambiguous game that's coming out, and Microsoft is finally having some decent exclusives for once, which I'm really excited for.
Darksiders III is number 10. It's an action role-playing hack-and-slash video game being developed by Gunfire Games and published by THQ Nordic. It's a sequel to Darksiders II and is a third entry into the Darksiders series. The game is scheduled for release in 2018, no official quarter of as of now. Darksiders III will let you take control of Fury, one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. From a third-person perspective, Fury is a mage who is described as one of the most unpredictable and aromatic of the four horsemen, which relies on whips and magic in combat. Darksiders III takes place parallel to the events of the previous games and describes as the depleted and war-torn Earth. It follows the protagonist Fury, rider of the Black Horse Sister, horseman of the apocalypse, in her quest to destroy the 7 deadly sins. My personal opinion of this game is that it's going to be awesome, but I'm going to miss Death as a main character, rather than, you know, one of the sisters of the apocalypse, I guess. It's just, I don't know. It's going to be different. I will be looking forward to this game. Unfortunately, as of now, it is going to be a different character, but it's going to be the same Darksiders that we all know and love, and it's going to be a great game, and I'm going to be excited for when it comes out. Number 9 is Crackdown III. It's an open-world action-adventure video game for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One, with development being headed by the British developers of Origin Games and Sumo Digital. Continuing the series 7 years after the release of 2010's Crackdown 2, the third title focuses on Microsoft. Crackdown 3 should be released in quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2018. Crackdown 3 is going to have fully destructible environments that will be destroying buildings, cars, anything that you can see, you can destroy. Basically, it's going to be the premise gameplay of Crackdown 2 and 1, with an emphasis on destroying buildings. Number 8 is Metro Exodus. This is a first-person shooter video game developed by Ukrainian studio 4A Games and published by Deep Silver. As of right now, this doesn't actually have a quarter release date, but it is said to be coming out in 2018. It's a first-person shooter with survival horror and stealth elements set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland of the former Russian Federation. The player must cope with the new hazards and engage in combat against mutated creatures as well as hostile humans. The player wields handmade weaponry, which can be customized throughout scavenging materials in a crafting system. The game features a mixture of linear levels and sandbox environments, includes a dynamic weather system, a 9-day cycle, and environments that change along with the seasons and story progresses. It will be set over the course of one whole in-game year. This game is also going to be for Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. I'm really excited because the Metro games have come a long way, and Metro Last Light was amazing, improved upon everything. I'm really hoping that you get to play as Antion and see where the story takes place from last where we left off. And so far, this game looks fucking gorgeous, and I'm really excited to play this game next year. Definitely going to be one of my top anticipated games of 2018. Number 7 is Monster Hunter World, an action role-playing video game in development and be published by Capcom. It's the 5th title in the Monster Hunter franchise. As of right now, it's going to be released in January 26th of 2018, so in Q1 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. For Microsoft Windows, to be announced. Unfortunately, PC might not be getting this for a little bit. Monster Hunter World is an action role-playing game set in an open-world environment as played in a third-player perspective. As with previous games in this series, the player takes the role of a hunter that is tasked by research commission to hunt down and either kill or capture large monsters that roam outside their central base of Astera for them to study. The player character does not have any intense attributes, but instead, as these are determined by the equipment and characters is equipped with. I'm really excited for Monster Hunter World. I've played Monster Hunter 3 and all the other Monster Hunter games, and I'm really excited to see where this one played on Xbox One and next-gen consoles can take this to the absolute limits, and I'm super excited. Number 6 is Spider-Man 2018. It's an action-adventure video game based on Marvel Comics superhero Spider-Man. It is in development by Insomniac Studios and published by Sony Interactive. It's going to be coming in Q1 or Q2 for PlayStation 4. I'm really excited. This is the first ever licensed game by Insomniac, and Insomniac makes great games as it is, and Spider-Man hasn't had a good game since, I think, personally, Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation 2. This game looks beautiful. It's going to be amazing looking. The gameplay is phenomenal. It's going to be amazing. That's all I can really say. Basically, Peter Parker's 23 years old, and it's going to be a first story where it's going to be entirely on its own. So I'm excited to see this. It's definitely going to be one of my highly anticipated games of next year. Number 5 is Psychonauts 2, is a platforming game developed by Double Fine Productions. This game also does not have a total 100% release date, but it is said to come out in 2018 by the director Tim Schafer. Psychonauts 2 is a third-person platform game similar to the gameplay of its predecessor, Psychonauts 1. The player will control a Raz, a newly graduated Psychonaut with powerful psychic abilities as he delves into the minds of others. The player will use psych powers such as telekinesis, cryokinesis, and levitation in combination with more common platform game element to its more explore material worlds and several non-playable characters. I'm really excited to see that Psychonauts 2 actually got a game. It's been 10 years or so. It's been over 10 years. It's been 12 years since we have seen anything from Psychonauts, and Psychonauts 1 was such a huge and inspirational game inside my head, and I'm excited to see what Psychonauts 2 can do. Number 4 is Kingdom Hearts 3. It's an upcoming action role-playing game developed and published by Square Enix for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's actually the 12th installment in the Kingdom Hearts series. You know, it's kind of crazy because Kingdom Hearts has never been released on an Xbox platform, so I'm excited to see it actually coming onto the Xbox One. Returning protagonist Sora is joined by Donald Duck, Goofy, King Mickey, and Riku in their search for the 7 Guardians of Light and the key to return hearts as they attempt to bring about a second Keyblade War. Their journey has then crossed paths with characters to visit worlds based on different Disney properties and Square Enix Final Fantasy franchise. Basically, the gameplay and everything is going to remain the same with a new type of graphics that look phenomenal so far. I'm really excited. This actually does not have a quarter release date as well, but it's going to be coming out 28. I'm just really excited to see this game on a next generation platform with all these new characters, Final Fantasy characters, and the same loving setting as the previous games, and I'm super excited to see what they can bring to the table. I mean, I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, and everybody looks so revamped and so amazing. I'm just so hyped for this game. Number 3 is Shenmue III. It's an upcoming action-adventure role-playing game published by Deep Silver, scheduled for the second half of 2018 for Microsoft Windows and PlayStation 4. Finally, the game is going to be announced. I'm so excited because this game has been in development hell and finally actually coming out. The graphics looking truly amazing. It's supposed to happen in, I think, 2004? I'm not even sure. 2005? I'm not even sure. But this game is finally coming out, and I am super excited for this game, and I will definitely be getting this one top of my list. Number 2 is System Shock 2018, and remake of the original System Shock from 1994. I'm so excited for this game. If you guys have played BioShock, System Shock is going to be the game that you're going to want. It's going to be at the top of my list for sure. It's definitely one of the games that I'm really looking forward to. I mean, it's an alpha as of this point, but there's been quite a bit of different gameplay trailers, but it's going to be fucking awesome. I am so excited for this game to be coming out. I mean, second quarter of 2018, I mean, I can't complain. This is one of the horror genre's first ever games coming out. I mean, for first person perspective anyways. I mean, look at these characters, look at these graphics, designs, everything. It's going to be amazing. Like I said, it's like exactly, it's kind of like BioShock. That's what kind of started BioShock, and I definitely recommend giving this a go when it comes out. It's going to be really anticipated and definitely at the top of my list. Number 1 is Red Dead Redemption 2, an upcoming Western-themed action-adventure video game developed and published by Rockstar Games, released for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, quarter 2 of 2018, a prequel to 2010's Red Dead Redemption. It'd be the third entry in the Red Dead series. I'm so excited and happy for this game. I knew as soon as the leaks were coming out that this game was actually going to be what it's going to be. Basically, it's not anything to do with John Marston, unfortunately, as far as we know. All we know is the player controls Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and a member of Van der Lane gang. From the third-person perspective, the game features both single-player and online multiplayer components. The multiplayer is supposed to be somewhat compared to a Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm really excited and awesome going to be looking for. Maybe you get to outlaw gangs and go out and kill and raid saloons, kind of like, you know, GTA 5. I'm really excited for it. Fall 2018, this one says fall 2017. As you guys know, it got pushed back to a further release date. Rockstar does amazing with their games. Grand Theft Auto is a great series to compare it to, and Red Dead Redemption was an outstanding success. As far as, unfortunately, we do not have a PC as of this time, I'm hoping that they do a GTA 5 and go along that route, which I'm really hoping for. Well, guys, this is the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed these 20 minutes of footage basically. Do me a favor, like the video, comment which game you're most excited for in 2018. Maybe it's something that I didn't cover yet. I mean, I did this, the gathering of footage and going to the conferences and stuff. So, I mean, if I missed anything that's currently out now, put the comment and maybe I'll do a video in the future. Guys, please comment, subscribe, share with your friends, help this video get out and let people know all these amazing games that are coming out in 2018. I will see you guys later. I'm the Card Black Guts Kid. I will see you guys later. Peace out.